If you had $1,000, $10,000, or $100,000 in your hands right now, could you turn it into a business that grows without you working every hour of the day? Could you do it fast enough to beat AI disruption, rising costs, and competitors who are moving faster than ever? Money without a plan disappears. The key is knowing which path will multiply it. There are two proven fast tracks to making money when you start with little or nothing. The first path is to work for the best entrepreneur you can find, not just any boss. Someone who has already built the kind of business you want to build. You become their apprentice. You learn their systems, their decision-making, and their shortcuts. You avoid the expensive mistakes most beginners make. History is full of people who use this path. Kim Kardashian learned how to build a public persona by working as Paris Hilton's assistant. She didn't invent fame from scratch. She studied a working model, then adapted it to her style. When you work for someone at the top of their game, you get a front-row seat to the real process of building a business. You see the unpolished moments, the negotiations, the setbacks, and the pivots. Those lessons are worth more than any course or book. The second path is to build something yourself from day one. This is high risk but high reward. You own the upside. You control the decisions. You keep the profits. Your first business is less about making millions and more about learning how business works. It's a real-world education in sales, marketing, operations, and problem-solving. Even if your first idea isn't the winner, the skills you gain will compound into your next project. Both paths require effort and focus. One gives you a safety net and mentorship. The other gives you full control and the chance for bigger wins. The real question is which path fits you right now. If you value speed of learning and lowering risk, work under someone great. If you can tolerate uncertainty and want total control, start your own thing. Your choice today shapes the opportunities you'll see tomorrow. Before putting time or money into an idea, test if it can actually make money. One way is to use the M.O.A.T. framework. M stands for margin. This is the profit left after covering all expenses. A healthy business often has at least a 15% net margin. That means for every dollar earned, 15 cents goes into your pocket as profit. O stands for operations. Can the business run without you being involved every minute? If you can't step away without the income stopping, you don't have a business. You have a job that you own. A stands for advantage. This is the unfair edge that makes it hard for others to copy you. It could be a large audience on social media. It could be exclusive access to suppliers. It could be years of experience in a specific field. T stands for total addressable market. How many people could realistically buy what you're selling? The market doesn't have to be huge if your goal is modest. A small local market can still meet your income goals if your offer fits well. Score each category from 1 to 10. A perfect business scores over 30. A score between 20 and 30 means the model works but needs fixing. Below 20 means the idea is likely too hard to make work. Every entrepreneur should check their current business with this test. Even if it's running well now, AI and market changes can shift the numbers fast. Your best defense is knowing exactly where your business is strong and where it's weak. The sooner you know, the faster you can improve or pivot. Most new business owners try to sell to everyone. That is the fastest way to burn time and money. Selling to people who cannot afford your offer forces you into a low-price, high-volume game. It's exhausting and leaves little profit. The better path is to sell to people who can and will pay for quality. The top 10% of earners hold about 60% of disposable income. They buy faster, they value expertise, they give repeat business. Shifting your target market can save a business without changing the product. A home inspection company once served all buyers in its city at low prices. Competition was high, margins were thin, cash was running out. By rebranding as a luxury home inspection service, they attracted clients buying multi-million-dollar homes. The price per inspection jumped. Margins rose by 45%. The same work produced far more profit. High-value clients often need fewer sales to reach your income goals. They are less likely to haggle and more likely to trust your process. When you focus on buyers with real spending power, you protect your profits and reduce stress. It is easier to work with a few high-value clients than hundreds of low-value ones. Pricing is one of the most powerful tools in business, yet most beginners set their prices too low. They fear rejection, so they keep lowering the price until almost everyone says yes. That might feel safe, but it leaves money on the table and drains resources. A healthy price often means 7 out of 10 prospects say no. If almost everyone is saying yes, the price is too low. Small price increases can create big jumps in profit. One gym owner switched from large group sessions to semi-private training. They tripled the price and offered a higher level of service. 1/3 of clients left, but the remaining 2/3 paid 3 times more. Revenue doubled and costs dropped. When margins are thin, raising prices can multiply profits far beyond the percentage increase. If a business makes a 15% net margin, doubling the price can increase profits by 6 or 7 times. Value-based pricing works best. Charge more when the client uses the service more, when more people benefit from it, or when it creates more measurable value. Clients who get major returns from your work will often pay far more than your average rate. Identify them and adjust your pricing to match the value you deliver. Thought for 24 seconds. Most markets split into 3 groups. The top 1%, the affluent 9%, the price-driven 90%. The top 1% buys on pedigree and reputation. They want the name brand. They pay a premium because they can. The 90% buys on price. They compare coupons, they wait for deals, they are hard to upsell. The affluent 9% is the sweet spot. They have real budgets, they care about quality and speed. They still take calls with new providers. They say yes faster when they trust the outcome. Aim your offer at the affluent 9%. Speak to status, time, and clear results. Show proof. Make the next step simple. Build an offer ladder for this group. Start with a paid audit or strategy sprint. Sell a core package that solves the main pain fast. Add a retainer that keeps the win in place. Keep a premium tier for clients who want more access. Use value metrics to price each tier. Charge more when usage is higher. Charge more when more people use it. Charge more when the outcome saves or earns real dollars. Design your delivery for busy clients. Give same-day responses. Set a clear point of contact. Schedule a monthly results call. Send a one-page scorecard before each call. Prospect where the 9% hangs out. Private communities, niche trade groups, local business clubs, LinkedIn and industry events. Watch for buying signals. They ask about speed to value. They ask about risk controls. They ask for references, then move fast. An example makes this real. A bookkeeper serving small shops at low rates was stuck. She rebranded as a fractional CFO for dental practices. She packaged a setup sprint, a monthly finance dashboard, and a quarterly tax plan. She went from $100 a month per client to $4,000 a month per client. Same core skill, new niche with bigger stakes, fewer clients, more profit. Grow with your best clients. Help them hit bigger goals. Review pricing each year against the value you create. Ask for warm introductions to peers who match their profile. Make your content speak to the 9%. Case studies with numbers. Short demos that show a before and after. Clear calls to book a discovery call. This is where the passive path turns attention into revenue. When you serve the right buyers, sales cycles shrink and margins rise. The next step is building the confidence and options to keep raising your bar. Confidence grows in 2 main ways. The first is through repetition, doing the same action enough times until it feels routine. The second is through having many options. When you know you can replace any lost sale, you negotiate from strength. In the early stages, rejection feels personal. Lowering the price to avoid hearing no might seem like the answer. Over time, you learn that no is part of the process. A strong benchmark is hearing no more than you hear yes. If nearly everyone says yes, the price is too low. If too few say yes, improve the offer or your sales skills. Repetition removes fear. Make enough offers and your emotional reaction fades. The conversation becomes a process instead of a test of self-worth. Abundance removes desperation. When 1,000 leads can fill 10 client spots, you choose who to work with. You are fine with or without any single deal. Preparation also builds confidence. Research the prospect's industry, pain points, and competitors before the meeting. Show them you understand their numbers and challenges. Present a clear path to results. Many skip this work. They chase volume instead of quality preparation. But a few well-prepared pitches can outperform hundreds of generic ones. Confidence is not pretending to be bigger than you are. It is knowing you can deliver, replace lost deals, and walk away from bad fits. Options give you the power to choose. Repetition gives you the skill to perform under pressure. Together they make you steady when it matters most. To reach high-value people, you need more than a cold introduction. You need proof that you can deliver. A proof story follows a clear structure. Describe something specific you achieved. Name the type of client it was for. State the measurable result. Offer to explain the process step by step. Example, I worked with a company in the health tech space. We launched a new service and generated $10 million in revenue in 6 months. I manage the project from start to finish. I can show exactly how we did it. This works best when you target the right people. Fame is not the goal. Wealth is. The richest people in your city may have no public profile. Make your outreach stand out by choosing a less crowded channel. Send a personal letter instead of an email. Deliver a short printed report or a one-page strategy map. Post a public video that tags the person and explains your proof story. Public posts create curiosity. Others see the conversation. Peers may share it with the target person. You gain exposure even if they do not respond directly. Avoid overstating your role in past wins. The business world is small. False claims can spread quickly and close doors. When you show real results, you earn attention from people who can afford to pay for outcomes. These relationships are worth far more than chasing likes from strangers online. Passive income is often seen as the ultimate goal, but most people misunderstand it. It is not a switch you flip. It is a spectrum between active work and hands-off income. When starting out, focus on increasing active income first. This produces faster returns than trying to live off small passive streams. Assets create passive income. You build or buy an asset, then it produces ongoing revenue. This can be a rental property, a book, software, a license, or a system that runs without you. Traditional assets like real estate, stocks, or collectibles are good for preserving wealth, not creating it from nothing. They are better for beating inflation than for building a fortune. Performance assets can be created without large amounts of capital. These include intellectual property, media, data, and code. An online course, a valuable email list, or a software tool can keep earning long after the work is done. Many industries push the idea of passive income because they want your capital. Mutual funds, real estate funds, and private equity make their money by managing yours. They get rich from active work while you hope for steady returns. To build wealth, grow active income first through skills, offers, and systems. Use the profits to acquire or build assets that keep producing cash. Once assets replace your living costs, your time becomes fully yours. Investing in yourself is the fastest way to increase earning power. Skills that bring in revenue directly are the highest priority. Paid advertising, AI tools, and strategic partnerships are examples that work in today's market. There are two main paths. Promotion focuses on reaching many customers directly. This works well for sales-driven personalities who can move volume. Partnership focuses on working with a few high-value allies. This works well for those who can build trust and negotiate strong deals. If you have limited funds, partnerships can give you leverage without large upfront costs. Equity, revenue share, or performance-based contracts can replace cash investment. Knowledge, network, and reputation are the three resources that compound over time. Knowledge comes from learning and applying skills. Network comes from building genuine relationships with people who can open doors. Reputation comes from visible proof of results. Young entrepreneurs often underestimate their network potential. Industry events, professional meetups, and even university programs can connect you to people far ahead in their careers. These connections can guide your skill choices and point you toward high-value opportunities. Working under a strong mentor can accelerate growth. You learn the market realities while gaining access to their network and credibility. Once you have built skills that produce results, combine them with a solid network and a visible track record. This is the foundation for long-term leverage. Content creation multiplies the reach of every skill and offer you have. It improves communication, sales ability, and brand authority. It builds trust before the first conversation with a client. Proof beats promise. The most effective content comes from showing real results you achieved. Document what you did, how you did it, and the measurable outcome. Content can follow two main styles. Education focuses on teaching skills, strategies, and insights. Entertainment focuses on keeping attention through story, humor, or drama. AI-generated content will flood platforms with generic material. Original proof, personal experience, and unique perspective will stand out. Volume and effort can create a following even without major achievements. Sharing 100 experiments, 50 lessons from books, or a year-long business challenge can attract an audience. Attention alone does not pay. You need a back-end offer that converts attention into revenue. This could be a product, a service, or a membership. The goal is not just views, but intent to buy. Design content to attract people who match your ideal client profile. Answer the questions they ask before hiring someone like you. Content works best when paired with a monetization plan. Without it, you build awareness for free while others capture the sales. Starting today means choosing the right platform and format for your skills and goals. If you write well, a newsletter or LinkedIn posts can build authority fast. If you speak well, short-form video on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube Shorts can spread quickly. If you can teach in-depth, long-form YouTube videos or podcasts can attract committed audiences. AI makes it easy to produce content, but easy production means more competition. The value shifts to those who can prove real-world results and show unique insights. Pair content creation with a back-end business model from the start. Every piece of content should lead toward a product, service, or offer. Make the next step clear and easy to take. Track which content drives inquiries or sales. Double down on what works. Remove what brings attention but no revenue. Consistency matters more than perfection. A steady stream of relevant content builds familiarity and trust. That trust is what turns viewers into paying clients. The tools are available. The platforms are open. The only missing piece is consistent, focused action on the opportunities that match your strengths. The passive path is about building assets, not just chasing trends. When your content, skills, and business model align, growth becomes predictable. Feel free to explore the other videos on this channel for more strategies and examples you can apply today. See you in the next video.